Have you ever heard that renting is throwing money away or that all debt is bad? Well, you're not alone. These are just a couple of the many financial myths that have been circulating for years, causing confusion and potentially leading people astray from making informed financial decisions. In today's video, we're going to peel back the layers of these misconceptions and debunk 5 common financial advices. We'll explore the idea that renting is akin to tossing your money into a black hole, and address the oversimplified notion that all debt is bad. We'll also tackle the myth that carrying a credit card balance somehow boosts your credit faster, and the misguided belief that you can time the market. Lastly, we'll debunk the myths that investing is exclusive to the well-heeled, and that a perfect credit score is the ultimate financial goal. So, are you ready to challenge these financial myths? Let's dive in and debunk these myths one by one. First up, the common myth: renting is throwing money away. Now, let's dissect this statement. It's easy to see why some might believe this. After all, when you rent, you're paying someone else's mortgage, right? Well, not exactly. Renting is more than just a financial transaction. It's a lifestyle choice that offers flexibility and freedom. Renters can move around as opportunities or personal circumstances change, without the worry of selling a property. This makes renting an attractive option for those who value mobility, like young professionals or those whose work requires frequent relocation. Additionally, renting often comes with fewer responsibilities. If a pipe bursts or the roof needs repairing, it's not your wallet that feels the strain. Maintenance and repair costs are generally the responsibility of the landlord, which can lead to significant savings over time. Now, let's contrast this with homeownership. Buying a house is a huge financial commitment, often requiring a large down payment and a long-term mortgage. Aside from these upfront costs, homeowners are also responsible for property taxes, home insurance, and all maintenance and repairs. All these can add up and present considerable financial strain. Moreover, there's a common misconception that homeownership always leads to wealth accumulation, but this isn't always the case. The real estate market can be volatile, and there's no guarantee that your home's value will increase over time. In some cases, it might even depreciate. And let's not forget about the opportunity cost. The money you put into buying a house could be invested elsewhere, potentially earning higher returns. So while homeownership might be a form of forced savings, it's not necessarily the most lucrative investment. In essence, the choice between renting and buying is highly personal and depends on a variety of factors, including your financial situation, lifestyle preferences, and long-term plans. What's important is to make an informed decision, considering all the costs and benefits. So, renting is not necessarily throwing money away, it depends on individual circumstances. Next up, the myth that all debt is bad. Let's take a moment to break this down, shall we? Often we hear the word debt, and our minds automatically go to a place of worry and stress. But it's crucial to understand that not all debt is created equal. There are 2 types of debt: good debt and bad debt. Good debt, as the name suggests, is a type of debt that can potentially bring about financial gain. It's an investment that will grow in value or generate long-term income. Consider a student loan, for example. Yes, it's debt, but it's for an education that can significantly increase your earning potential. A mortgage is another example. You're borrowing money to buy a home, and over time, the value of that home could increase, leading to wealth accumulation. Similarly, business loans allow entrepreneurs to kickstart or expand their ventures, potentially leading to more income. On the other hand, bad debt is often associated with purchases that quickly lose their value and do not generate long-term income. This includes things like credit card debt from buying unnecessary items, or high-interest loans that can trap you in a cycle of debt. Now, let's discuss the concept of leveraging debt for wealth creation. It might sound counterintuitive, but bear with me. Say, for instance, you take out a loan to invest in real estate or to start a business. If these ventures succeed, they could generate a return that exceeds the cost of the debt, effectively creating wealth. Of course, it's crucial to note that leveraging debt comes with its risks. It requires careful planning, sound financial decisions, and an understanding of your own risk tolerance. But when done wisely, it can be a powerful tool for wealth creation. So let's bust the myth. Not all debt is bad. It's not about the debt itself, but rather how you manage it. Good debt can be a stepping stone to financial growth, while bad debt can hinder it. The key is to understand the difference, make smart choices, and manage your debt effectively. Therefore, not all debt is bad. It's all about how you manage it. Moving on to the myth that carrying a credit card balance builds credit faster. This is a common misconception that can lead you down a slippery slope of debt. Here's the truth of the matter. Your credit score is not determined by how much debt you carry, but rather how well you manage that debt. When you carry a balance on your credit card, you're not showing creditworthiness. Instead, you're accruing unnecessary interest charges. These charges can snowball over time, leading to even more debt and potentially damaging your credit score if you're unable to keep up with payments. Furthermore, consistently maxing out your credit card can negatively impact your credit utilization ratio, a key factor in credit scoring. A high utilization ratio can indicate to lenders that you're over-reliant on credit, which may make you seem like a risky borrower. So, carrying a credit card balance does not necessarily build credit faster, and can actually be costly. Next, let's debunk the myth that you can time the market. This is a common myth, often perpetuated by those who have had a lucky break or two. But the truth is, timing the market is nearly impossible for individual investors. And here's why. The stock market is influenced by a multitude of factors, many of which are unpredictable. Global events, political shifts, natural disasters, technological advances, all these can cause market fluctuations. Predicting these events accurately is virtually impossible. Even the most seasoned investors and analysts with access to vast amounts of data and sophisticated predictive models often get it wrong. Moreover, the stock market doesn't follow a straight line. It's not like a clock that you can watch and predict exactly when the hand will reach 12. It's more akin to a roller coaster with its ups and downs, twists and turns. Trying to jump in at the lows and out at the highs is not only risky, but can lead to significant losses if you misjudge even by a small margin. Instead of trying to time the market, a more reliable strategy is to invest for the long term. This means buying and holding onto your investments, regardless of market fluctuations. History shows that despite short-term volatility, the market tends to rise over the long term. Think about it this way. If you're on a road trip, you don't stop driving every time you hit a bump or see a red light in the distance. You stay the course because you know your destination is worth the journey. Investing is the same. It's about the destination, not the journey. In fact, a study by Dalbar found that investors who try to time the market often underperform those who stay invested. This is because they tend to miss out on the best days of the market, which can significantly impact their returns. Thus, trying to time the market is not a reliable investment strategy. It's akin to gambling, and it's not a sustainable way to build wealth. Instead, focus on a long-term investing strategy. And remember, it's time in the market, not timing the market, that counts. Finally, let's debunk the myths that investing is only for the wealthy and you need a perfect credit score. First up, the idea that investing is solely a playground for the affluent. This is a common misconception, but it's far from the truth. With the advent of technology and the rise of online brokerages, the financial markets have become more accessible than ever. You don't need thousands or millions to start investing. In fact, you can start with as little as the price of a cup of coffee. Many platforms now offer fractional shares, which allow you to buy a piece of a stock instead of a whole share. This means that even high-priced stocks are within reach of the average person. Investing is not about having immense wealth to start with, it's about building wealth over time. Next, let's tackle the notion that a perfect credit score is a requirement for financial success. Yes, having a good credit score can make life easier in many ways, like securing lower interest rates on loans. But it's not the be-all and end-all. Lenders look at a myriad of factors beyond just your credit score. They consider your income, employment history, and your debt-to-income ratio. Even with a less than stellar credit score, if these other factors are strong, you can still secure loans and credit. Plus, credit scores are not static. They can be improved over time with responsible financial behavior. Moreover, there are multiple paths to financial success, and not all of them require borrowing money or having a perfect credit score. Investing, saving, and living within your means are all part of the equation too. So let's clear the air once and for all. You don't need to be wealthy to invest. You don't need a perfect credit score to achieve financial success. What you do need is financial literacy, a plan, and the discipline to stick to it. So, investing is not just for the wealthy, and a perfect credit score is not a requirement for financial success. So, there you have it. Top 5 debunked financial advices. Renting is not throwing money away. It provides a roof over your head, and it's a flexible option, especially when you're not ready to commit to a mortgage. All debt isn't bad. In fact, strategic borrowing can help you make significant financial strides. Carrying a credit card balance doesn't build your credit faster. It's about responsible use, not the balance you carry. You can't time the market. Even the most seasoned investors have a hard time predicting market trends. Investing isn't just for the wealthy. Even with a small budget, you can start investing and see your money grow over time. Lastly, you don't need a perfect credit score. While a good score can make things easier, it doesn't mean that you can't get credit with a less than perfect score. Remember, it's important to question and understand financial advice before following it. Always do your own research.